Hey guys, Tizzou here, continuing my coverage of the Zotac 25, bringing you the third game of the quarterfinals. Is going to be a Protoss versus Terran on Xel'Naga Caverns. Spawning in the bottom position, we have mouzStrelok from the Mouse European team, spawning in red, and in the top we have RoxKISPomi, gonna call him Rox for short because he is a rockin' Protoss player, spawning in yellow. The map is Xel'Naga Caverns. Taking a quick look at our map, you'll see that you have a very nice and close expansion to take first, but your third expansion is where the question marks come in. Do you want to take this base down here, which has a back door and a cliff behind you, and a set of rocks you need to break down? But Blizzard was very nicely left your harassers plenty of non-rocks to get by. And here we go, your other option is going to be this gold base, which is already in the center of the map. You're much closer to your opponent, very dangerous base to take. Taking a look at the map, we're going to start from one player's base. You'll see he has to come out, come down, and he either has to wrap around this chasm this way, or he needs to wrap around the chasm the other way, extending this short map just a slight bit with the land rush distance, making surprisingly long games play on this supremely short map. Here we are, there's a watchtower on either side. Just want to keep up with what our players are doing at the same time while I'm showing you the map. Gateway being thrown down, chrono boosting out probes, barracks being thrown down. Already has a supply depot, so we're not going to see any kind of fancy Reaper play. Throwing down that additional gas. We'll see where he goes with this. Gas after barracks. I imagine it's going to be some kind of bio ball push, but we will not be sure until it happens. You see he just lit up the watchtower. Probe making its way across the field is falling at the scout information. At the same time, SCV going up the other side of the field. Not even going to cross paths, as you'll see that chasm playing a role in the path each unit decides to take. Here we go, taking a quick gander here. We have the barracks almost complete. Is he going to throw down a add-on for this barracks, or is he just going to go some kind of Marines? And it looks like he's going to pump at least one Marine out to deal with this initial scout. SCV just making the Protoss base, seeing he's going for some kind of warp gate push, judging by the fact he has gas and a Cybernetic core on the way. SCV just going to have a little rest. He's tired of running around all day for mouzStrelok, ordering him around. Probe just going to see what he needs to see and get out. Not going to rush, take any chance of losing an early probe. You don't want to lose early workers if you can avoid it. Supply depot being put down, mules being thrown down, and a second assimilator. It looks like our Protoss player is probably going to tech. I doubt he's going to continue to go with warp gate units if he's getting a second gas so early, but he might be going for more of a sentry army. And here we go, mouzStrelok already throwing interesting things into the mix. Looks like we're going to have a proxy factory. Is he going to try and lift this in? We're not sure, but look at this. Our Protoss player already has pylons in position. He's seen this before. He doesn't want to see it again. I don't think if he's going for a liftoff this is going to work, but he might just be trying to lessen the rush distance, but generally that wouldn't be a huge deal. Marine trying to snipe that probe, not going to do it. Zealot going to get the Marine maybe? No. Marine just getting away. Zealot forced to retreat. Second Marine going to try and get around and back up his Marine buddy. Probe holding on to that tower for dear life. And Zealot forced to retreat. Taking a look at our Terran base, still doing the supply depot thing, adding on a tech lab and concussive shell. If you see your player get concussive shell first, I would imagine he's going to do some kind of marauder push because stim is better all around, but marauder stim as the first choice for an early push is very potent. And here we go, factory being laid down right next to the pylon. Absolutely no hesitation. He knows he's here. Look, he's even going to build a Hellion right out of this factory. He knows that his Protoss player beating away at the factory. Factory has 1250 HP. It's going to be able to get that Hellion out first. Extremely interesting. At the same exact time, he's pushing out with his 2 Marines, 1 Marauder. This Hellion is going to get out before the factory goes down. Factory only in the orange. Is he going to? No, he's not even going to catch it on fire. Hellion's going to get as much damage as he can. We're going to track this Hellion's kills. Hellion, oh, look at the way he brought these probes out to block the Hellion. Hellion not going to be able to get around, and Hellion going down without getting a single kill. 2 Marines, 1 Marauder coming into the mix, still producing Hellions out of this. Oh, force field goes down, stops those units from doing any kind of micro away, zapping away at those Marauders. Hellion finally getting out. Look at the probes, he's so quick at reacting. The probes coming right off the line to stop this Hellion. Hellion is going to get, still at 0 kills, 2 kills, getting 2 kills finally. Gonna get a third, maybe? No, but he's gonna get away with his life. Stalker coming down. Looks like the Stalker's gonna take out this Hellion. No, the Hellion just barely getting away. 5 HP. 2 Marauders forced to back up. Observer on the field. Already going into Immortal Tech, and the factory is quieted down. No, I'm sorry. 1 more Hellion got out, getting 1 more kill. He's getting 2 more kills, absolutely devastating those pro lines, bringing up the economy. 22 workers to 23. Our Terran player in the lead by 1, but our Protoss player has been keeping up with pro production, is not losing too many from those Hellions. Jumping back to our Terran base, bring up the production. Ooh, Cloak Banshee is going to be what the Terran player is going. Very interesting play. A lot of times you see that Robo Bay, it's not really worth going that Cloak Banshee just because the observers are just such potent and they're so tough to take out. You need to waste the scan or have some kind of detection to take out those observers to really deal any kind of damage with a Cloak Banshee. Banshee number 1 being completed. Is he going to start a second Banshee? No. Banshee Cloak, 3/4 of the way done. Pumping Marines, adding on 2 more barracks. Factory just gets away with his life. And look at this, the Banshee taking out a probe already. Gonna be taken out by these 3 Stalkers, 2 Stalkers, 4 Sentries. No, the Banshee just barely gets away. I think that our Protoss player is going to regret this. I don't think he knows that he's going for a cloak push. This could be huge because I don't think our Protoss player, he is building Observer very wisely, knows that there's a possibility of Cloak Banshee. The same time he sees with this Observer, he's going to try and push in, but now triple bunker going down, throwing up the Guardian Shield, pushing into the Terran player's base. Going to try and do anything he can at the same time taking a look here. 3 kills in this Banshee. Banshee's about to go down, double back to this fight. Bunch of SCVs in the mix, trying to defend this any way he can. Immortal almost going to go down. That Immortal was crucially, Immortal was doing the giant damage to our armored units. Now 3 sentries, 2 stalkers, not going to be enough. Excuse me, 2 stalkers, 1 stalker, stalkers going down. Banshee going to clean up the last remaining stalker, and sentry, woken up my S words. They're very hard to differentiate. Here we go. Banshee's going to run away, getting away with 3 kills. Stalker's forced to retreat, doubling back to our Protoss player space. Only working off of 2 gateways and 1 robo, not getting that 3rd gateway for that 3-gate robo we know and love. Sitting at the Army tab, we're going to see 38 to 51. Terran player just taking the lead in units. Observer coming in, Observer getting sniped right away because he's got this very nice Raven already on the field. Is he going to learn anything for the Raven? No, just going to use it as pure scouting right now to help those Banshees be even more potent with that cloak. Stalker's just running around the field, just getting as much vision, scouting for expansions. We have 1 Banshee sitting up here waiting to do some kind of damage. He's just going to hold off, maybe saving up energy a little bit further. Still pumping observers. Bring up the units tab. He's got 1 observer getting a 2nd observer ready to go. He does not want those Cloak Banshees to do any more damage than they already have been doing. He's just now getting his first expansion, 51 units. Bringing up the Army tab. 40 jumping around, 50 to 63. It's going to be a tough position for a Protoss player to come back in. Observer's already here, knows about this Banshee. The Observer is just sitting on top of that Banshee. Banshee was able to get 2 more kills out of the mix. Bring up the income tab. 30 probes to 28 SCVs, and our Terran player is about to move out across the field. Bring up the production tab to see what's in the mix. Stim is just about done. We're going to be seeing a Stim timing push, possibly going to wait for that combat shields, but we're not sure. Raven taking out that. Our Protoss player is aware that this push is coming. Right up the field, he's going to take out the proxy pylon. Goodbye, Proxy Pylon. He's going to continue moving up to the Protoss player's base. We'll see if the Protoss player is going to be able to defend this. This is going to be a very large push for a Protoss player to defend. The Army tab shows the Terran player ahead by 10 units, 74 to 64. Just getting to a Protoss player's base, taking out that probe. Here we go. Engagement about to happen. Stimmy's used, and force field going down. He's going to force those force fields, that Stim just to be wasted behind the force fields. There goes HP for all his units, but not able to do any real damage. Great force field usage, but that Banshee already back in the mix, getting 8 kills, getting an additional 3 kills from where it was before. Oh no, our Terran player pushing in. Is he going to get more? Now he's working down the units, about to get, and throwing down the auto turret, doing everything he can with his energy from that Raven. About to take this fight, I think. Yes, the Protoss player forced to back up. That crucial Immortal goes down. The Immortal just does huge damage to these Marauders. It's the only thing the Protoss player has that's going to really tear up those Marauders. That isn't going to get torn up itself. Protoss player 46 to 71. Terran player in the lead. Look at this, reinforcing his units. About to push into that Protoss base. Is the Protoss player going to bide his time by throwing out a force field, or is he gonna? Yes, very tough for a Terran player to commit to going up that ramp because that force field is going to be too huge if he cuts off his units and cuts them in half. Following his use, it looks like he's just going to back up, work on establishing his first expansion. He's not adding on a Ghost Academy or anything yet, getting a little heavy on the gas, but deciding not to tech up, sticking with his Banshee play. Actually, Medivacs, I'm sorry, excuse me. Bring up the reduction tab to make this easier on the both of us. Immortal being produced for our Protoss player. Orbital command being done and working on Medivac and a Bioarmy. It's going to be a Bio Ball versus our Protoss player. And a Protoss player, very ballsy, moving across the field already. Going to move to this proxy pylon. Doesn't want the fight to be taking place at his doorstep. Wants to take the fight to the Terran. Is it going to be enough? He doesn't have a whole lot of units. And right away, Mouse's scouting factory just going to see everything he needs to see. But this factory is going to go down. No, he's not even going to put the factory on a burning. Marine trying to sneak around. And look at that. The factory gets away with his life. Not even on fire. Here we go. Protoss player very ballsily pushing across the field. We're going to have this army tab 65 to 101. Income tab. Protoss player just even. And yellow leaves the game. I'm not 100% sure what happened. I guess he knew he was I guess he knew he was going to lose. Yeah, not even engaging. I can't find any sign of something else going on. It looks like he just gave up and knew that he was not going to win this game. Good game. Moving on to game 2 between these two players. I hope you enjoyed. This was Tizzou.